buying ourselves some AMC. There we go. I'm not sure how far or close it has to be for you to see it. But just bought, what was that, 15 shares. It's okay. Look at that, the 10-minute rigged, baby. Take a look at that. Straight down as soon as I bought it. Fuck, I shouldn't have bought it. I'm just playing. This is interesting. This is very interesting. The markets are taking a fat ass candle right now to the downside. And this is the 10-minute rigged. That's why I tried to time it for the 10-minute rig, so hopefully it would help us go up. But the 10-minute rig is basically market order on close. So what that is, it might come up on your newswires, MOC, market on close. It's either buys or sells that go in at the last 10 minutes, and you get a lot of volume and a lot of volatility because people are trying to exit out of their positions or they're trying to buy more positions. It does look like it's a pretty volatile, just up and down with the SPY, as well as AMC as well, did take a candle to the downside. We were just up about 1%. But I think this overall tells us a lot because if we take a look at the volume, zoom all the way in, we're looking at 62 million shares that have traded hands, still with 8 minutes left of trading. So this is a higher than average volume day. But take a look at the markets. The NASDAQ is down 2.5%. The Russell 2000 is down 1.3%. S&P almost 2%, and the Dow Jones down over 1%. So you're seeing another mass sell-off, and AMC has done very well throughout the day. Even to be up 1% or positive at all, like we're seeing right now, I think is a huge win. And the fact that we are actually seeing the volume somewhat being reflective of people actually starting to really heavily buy the stock about 2 or 3 hours ago, I think it is reflective of at least some of the buying that is happening. Obviously, some of the buying as well does go straight to the dark pools and is internalized by Citadel. We know that, and honestly, it's not really a surprise. But what I want you guys to know as well is that some of these orders may still have to get fulfilled in after hours because odds are some of us are getting IOUs. So they try to figure those out as well as they can, and probably in after hours, or maybe shit they don't. We're taking another big candle though with AMC as well as the SPY, so we are starting to directly correlate with the SPY, and we haven't been. The SPY's been selling off for a while now. Let's make that a little bit bigger. The SPY's been selling off, if you guys take a look at that, for like most of the day, and AMC was down for a substantial part of the day, and then we started to rally and start to inverse the SPY. Now we're down 1.38% on AMC. So it's clear and obvious manipulation that is taking place. But I think it does show us that some of our orders do go and actually get filled. Do go on the lit exchanges. And I use public. And I mean, you could just see everybody on public. It says just invested, just invested, just invested. The whole way. Like, look, it's all just invested. So, I mean, I don't think we're actually getting done right by any means, but I do think this is a positive in the longer term sense of the MOAS. But that is a big drop towards the end of the day. So, there's obviously a lot of manipulation that is going on. Not too much we can do with that, but the fact that we're not straight cratered 5 or 10% down is a good thing. Your SoFis of the world, down almost 10%. Your DraftKings, same thing, down over 5%. Even Apple is down more than AMC is right now. So I think overall, it shows a lot of strength in the community, and obviously, people still have a lot of money to continue to buy AMC. So I think that's good right there. It's really going to be a waiting game here. I did expect to see a bigger move to the upside, but fucking manipulation. Fucking manipulation. Let's take a look at the SPY real quick, and then let's get into the data that you guys need to know. The SPY is hanging out at the lows, probably going to break a new daily low by the end of the day. Just a wild sell-off we're seeing today. And a lot of this really started to start to go faster, start to get more volatile. After Biden was speaking, that was earlier in the day. He didn't say anything really crazy that should have upset the markets, but every time Biden speaks, the markets go down. I don't make the rules. It's not political here. It's the stock market. Every time Biden speaks, the markets fall. Every time Jerome Powell speaks, pretty much the markets fall as well. So that happened today, as well as obviously Netflix is stealing the limelight here, down over 23% for the day. Last time I checked, it might be down more than that, but that's definitely stealing the light from the markets. And that's obviously what we want to see as well. You want to see the markets selling off. You want to see days like this where liquidity is being restricted, and then that brings us even closer to the end game, which is the MOAS. So it looks like the end game is actually getting very, very close here. And Bank of America actually said that if we do not close above 4,000 on the or 14,000 on the Nasdaq, then all hell is going to break loose. So it does look like, at this point, we're at least going to fall down to 400 on the SPY. And that's going to put us into bear market territory. We're almost down 10% on the SPY. We're down over 10% on the Nasdaq. So liquidity is really being constricted, and you guys can see this, the 200-day moving average. This was the level that people should have stepped in and started to actually buy the dip in a substantial way. But we're not getting those buy the dippers that are coming in. We are just in straight panic sell-off mode, mass liquidation. Yields are even still going up a little bit today. Let's actually see real quick. Nope, yields are actually going down just a little bit. So not as bad, but still a full-on mass liquidation, full-on panic mode in the stock market. As far as what to expect next week, we do have the Fed meeting, which is the 25th and the 26th. And then on Thursday, the 27th, the day after Fed Jerome Powell, we have Apple's earnings. So if Powell is hawkish or extra hawkish, markets are not going to like that. They're going to sell off. If Apple's earnings are not up to par with investors' expectations, the market's going to sell off even more, and the markets are going to get clapped. All of the money is hiding out, not in your mid-cap stocks, not in your AMCs of the market. It's hiding out in your Apples, Microsofts, Amazons, Googles. Once those stocks come down, the sell-off will look a lot worse on the indexes, but you're actually not going to see the mid caps continue to sell off as much, or not as at such a fast, aggressive pace as they have been, because most of the mid caps like AMC are down over 60% from their highs, whereas some of these large cap stocks like Apple are still up nearly 20% over the past 3 months. So that's the scoop. That's really the big thing investors are watching. It's going to be the Fed, number one, and then earnings. Apple earnings in particular are going to be the most important, because Apple is a $3 trillion company. So if they go down 10%, that's like losing $300 billion of value. Not good for the hedge funds. Good for us, not good for the hedgies. As far as, obviously, there's still 7 million shares that are available to be sold short, and that's what's going on as well. Hedge funds are shorting the stock. They don't want to see the stock go above 20. If they would have just let this thing rally as retail was buying the stock, it would have went to 20, 21, but they just continue to short the stock, even though they're, getting close to margin calls, if not seeing margin calls in their actual portfolios already. If we do look at this, 50,000 calls that are in the money, which is good because that's going to, help us support where we are currently at. Market makers will still have to buy shares, 5 million shares to hedge the 50,000 calls that are in the money. 718,000 calls that are out of the money, so not good right there. Puts that are in the money, 152,000. Puts that are out of the money, 266,000 over there. Relatively unchanged from the last time we went over this data. As far as the Ortex data, you're looking at 19.65% short interest of free float, and this shit is really a joke. Come on. Return shares, I know it's delayed by 2 days, but 5.18 million shares that have been returned. Are you kidding with me right now? This looks like shares have been returned. No, not at all. So you got to really take these numbers with a big grain of salt. Short interest, we know, is in between 40 and 80%. At least that's my estimate, and that's been my opinion and my estimate for months now. As far as the share utilization, you're looking at 71.47%. and the days to cover at 2.64 days to cover. So all is looking good as far as that is concerned. As far as the Fintel data, let's see if there's any new filings here. We could see, nope, nothing since earlier. So if you guys want a breakdown of all of this, go ahead, watch the last video that was put out. Now the markets are closed. It is 4 o'clock. The NASDAQ down 2.72%, S&P down 1.90%, and the Dow Jones down 1.15%. Did we close at the low? Did we close at the low? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, we closed at the low. Oh, it's going to get so bloody next week. I hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are just mentally prepared. AMC, my worst case scenario, I know I've been getting these questions a lot on the live streams, is about $15 per share to the downside. I don't see the stock actually falling too much under that, but it is possible. Highly improbable. I don't think we're going to stay under 20 for too long. Once we do get a bounce in the markets, once AMC, shorts have a reason to not short the stock as much or even cover on their short positions, we will go back up above 20. But I can't see that really in the near term future. Shorts, should be covering right now if they really wanted to. As far as on the day, though, just to wrap this all up, we're down 0.5%. Considering other stocks, I think it is a big win for us apes. So not quite what we expected, but still, like I said, a win overall. So hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know down below in the comment section how many shares of AMC did you buy? What do you guys think about this experiment? Subscribe to the channel. Like the video, all of that good stuff. If you guys want access to all of my trades in real time, check that link out down below in the pinned comments. As you guys do know, we just turned $30 into $900, and we've had multiple winning trades pretty much every single day that are some big winners here. So that's going to be all. Love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.